to the desk, Lady Ada.
It's Midnight Edition.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it got quite late,
Oh.
but we want to do a little.
Fuzzy here.
Hey, I'm fuzzy. Yeah,
There you go.
I'm fuzzy.
Now you're
Cute.
better.
Like a
Yeah.
cat. I thought we would do a little teardown because you got the Stream Deck you were using yesterday, and I thought it would be fun to maybe just take it apart really fast.
Yeah. Here's the dealio.
What's the deal?
So we have a really low-cost version that anyone can make for like probably $20, but maybe like $25 with the buttons and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's
we did that stream before. It's actually a guide.
Yeah, that's a guide.
Maybe I'll show that.
And
Yeah.
I'll just block the camera for a second.
Yeah.
You can show this. So this is handy, and I use this. And this is basically a keyboard, and I still need to use it because I can put in a bunch of text strings and more, and it acts as a full keyboard. However,
Yeah.
here
Here it is. It's the arcade button control box,
Yeah.
which we have a guide for. And it runs Circuit Python, and it's like pretty handy. It like lights up when you press the buttons, and like you can. It acts like a keyboard, so it sends in like the Control Shift key presses. And you've been using this for a while, but then you found this other thing.
Yeah, so I have to try all this stuff because I don't think it's a good idea to have opinions about, especially video stuff, unless you try it and use it.
Yeah.
And how you use this stuff, it's really personalized to how you run your broadcast stuff.
Yeah.
So gamers have their setups, live streamers have their setups. We broadcast maybe up to 5 or 6 times a week,
Yeah.
and we
We're broadcasting right now.
also run an Adafruit. So we have to optimize a lot of things that need to be automatic, and then when you're doing stuff, you might need to just reach over and press a button. And so for most things, I think I can stick to the custom controller box, but for a long time, there have been keyboards that have like LCDs as the keys, and they've always been really expensive. And what's neat about that is, theoretically, and the ones that you see out there, you can put a little image underneath each.
Each button would actually
each
have an
button.
OLED, which is super expensive. They're like $30 each. Very pricey.
Yeah. So that's been out of reach. I like to use things that anyone can use, and is relatively inexpensive. Mm-hmm. We got our start with streaming with a free web camera, which I still use.
Yeah.
And as the technology got better and as computers got better, we try to make it so anyone can do this. So the arcade button controller box I'm going to use for probably most of the shows, but since that works, it's no better time to find something else that either works better or doesn't work. So Colin suggested this to me because he got a USB-C Elgato thing it's like a dock for the new MacBooks. Because I need more
it's
ports.
It's USB-C to USB-C plus Ethernet plus Thunderbolt plus.
Yeah. So that worked. And it does Ethernet, couple USB ports. I just needed more ports than what's on on one of the new MacBooks that is USB-C. And like none of them really worked that well, so I tried most of them. This one had worked the best. So he also said, maybe look at this thing called the Elgato Stream Deck. And I tried it out, and it's made for gamers, but it does this clever hack. And I'm going to go to my little webcam. Someone was asking like what I use that like webcam for. So here's what it looks like. And so it does this clever thing. That's actually just one screen behind it all. And when you like press a button, so I'm going to press the hashtag button. Boop, see hashtag.
Just added the.
Yeah, it just added that.
And if you press it again, does it go away?
Yeah, it goes away. Boop.
Boop.
And then here's the fun thing. I'm going to turn the audio off for a second. But you can see you can do a 2-state. Like, watch. Audio's on. Then it was off. So it'll show. And then you can do things like folders. So this is my tweet folder. Boop. These are all the tweets if I wanted to send out a tweet. So I'll do this. Boop. And they have software. Hey, look, the tweet worked. They have software that it goes with. It's called Stream Deck.
Yeah, which doesn't run on Windows 7, as
Doesn't
I
run on
learned about
Windows
2
7.
minutes ago. It's Windows
As
7.
many Redditors complained. Like, it's
Yeah.
clearly it says it doesn't work on it, but, Reddit. So you can configure all this stuff. So, like, when you look at that button, so here's the audio button, you can see this is the states it's in. Mm-hmm. And it's just doing a key command. And then when you can see the 2 different states. And you can grab icons from your site. You can make your own, like I did. Some of these I made. Like, this is the Wirecast one I made. And generally speaking, this has been pretty good. But I wanted to understand some of its secrets. Also, understand, is this a Linux box inside of it? Is this like, what is this? What is this?
What is it?
And luckily, I'm around this engineer lady
Hey.
quite often, and she could take stuff apart.
Yes.
So what we thought we would do is figure out what it is, and then also, this is I think it's $150 on Amazon.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap.
Compared to the OLED keyboards that look like this.
And the software's good.
Software's better than most things. So I did have one of these. You can show it on the overhead.
Yeah.
I've tried to use some commercial things. It's not necessarily Griffin's fault, but this just doesn't work. This is the Griffin PowerMate USB, and this just doesn't work on modern computers for whatever reason. All the key stuff, it just never works out.
This is like that standard. We want to remake this too.
Yeah.
With a rotary encoder or magnetic encoder.
Yeah, so that never worked out well. I tried, it didn't work. Then
this is like easily 15 years old.
It's cool. It works with some software still pretty well, but with a lot of stuff, it just doesn't work out.
And it's just like, for twisting and moving.
Yeah, and you could set key commands with it and all sorts of fun stuff. But
USB?
Yeah, it's USB. But it would kind of go crazy on its own.
Yeah.
So it would throw in like 50 key presses at once.
Yeah.
Which is terrible for live streaming, because it would be like, okay, I'm going to cut to more, and it'd be like, boop,
blah, blah, blah,
boop.
blah, yeah.
Yeah, it would just be like, there she is, there she was, there she is, and it's like, I can't do that live.
Yeah, it's hard.
So I also have to try all this stuff out live, and that takes time.
So you got me a second one.
I got a second one that we can take apart and learn some of its secrets. It also lets you export files once you save a configuration, and you can import and export those. I save it on a Dropbox, and that way I can sync them all, because I have a couple of them now. And I want to figure out some of its secrets inside that. For the tweet function, it uses its own app that's authorized via Twitter. So it's handling a lot of that stuff behind the scenes. So it's connected to the cloud in some way through your internet connection. And I think that's some of the stuff that might be interesting to people. But the interesting thing for us is like, well, we could probably remake this too. It's just a screen, clear buttons, done. We can do that. We can do maybe all the stuff we've done with our previous project, but make it even better. One thing Stream Deck doesn't do, it can't easily, I could do it with a couple different ways, but it can't easily just put in a full string of text in a text box that I'd want it to. So that's one of the things that I'll still use the other box for, and I can update it really quick because it's CircuitPython. And I think once we learn some of these secrets, maybe there's some hacks and more, and probably Elgato is going to see this, will be like, okay, that's an idea, and like maybe they'll add some more stuff. So, do you want to crack it open?
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to.
Well, because I'm answering all the questions that were kind of coming in.
Yeah, you have like a system.
Yeah, so I've already kind of pried this apart already. It wasn't screwed together. You can pry the top off.
Yeah, it was just glued.
Made in Germany. It's metal. It's nice. Actually,
it's nice not made in Germany. It's designed in Germany.
Oh, really?
It's made in China.
I was totally misled by
it's made in Taiwan.
Oh, I thought it said Germany on it.
It's designed in Germany.
Oh, should I move the camera so you're not cut off? There you go. Okay.
Everyone.
Okay.
All right, so then I'm going to unplug this. So it shows up as an HID device, but I'm not going to get to that USB hacking at this time. So I thought, let me just kind of open this up.
Yeah, we were going to take apart a Nintendo thing, but we just ran out of time.
What do you mean?
We were going to take apart a controller. We're going to do that probably another night.
Was somebody asking about that?
No, I was going to do that.
Just like, that's
I put it in the notes initially, but we're not going to have time.
Oh, no, I'm not going to.
Can you focus on the overhead? There you go.
So, it's got a, it's like one, it looks like the TFT's on the other side. And I'll wedge this open and I'll look at it. But it looks like it's got an ATSIM 9G45, and then this is definitely going to be some NAND flash and some RAM. So it's like basically like a computer. Maybe running like a real-time operating system. Maybe running something like Linux or something. I looked up the chip. It was the ATSIM 9, SMG9. What was it? SAM9G 45. So it's full microprocessor with an LCD controller. So that's nice because it can do the LCD control on its own. It's got resistive touchscreen, camera, audio, Ethernet, USB, SDIO. So it can kind of do everything. It runs at 400 megahertz. So it's like, it's not fast enough to like run Linux, I think. It's probably not running that. Probably running some other real-time operating system that has TFT support. And it's got DDR2 and NAND flash memory, so you can do RAM and flash. This is kind of intense. It basically has that LCD controller that can do up to 1280 by 860. So it's like a pretty big LCD controller, and it can do the RAM management for you, so you don't have to worry about buffering and displaying. It's just kind of instantaneous. Probably it does all the scanning for you, so that's kind of handy. And I thought maybe I would pry this open. Let's see if I can find my nice pliers. You want to go the overhead?
Yeah, I will in a sec. I'm doing another thing. I wanted to measure some stuff that was going on
I'll wait.
while I was doing things. I'm taking a screenshot.
Okay.
Because if I don't do it now, I won't remember.
To do what?
Just take a screenshot.
Okay.
I wanted to show how this is all running.
Okay.
And I also wanted to do this. This is stuff. So, welcome to live. Doing documentation for this as I'm doing stuff.
Let's hang out.
What?
I'm hanging out.
You're just gonna hang out. Okay. Now what, overhead?
Overhead, yeah.
Okay.
Now you can do whatever you want. I'm just gonna pry this.
So you know all the secrets. This is how it's held together. Those little metal things
Yeah, this is
holding the
pretty
PCB.
common.
That's easy, right? That's not a big deal.
Yeah, this is...
It's always fun to find familiar chip names. Oh, Atmo, we know that. And then, like, you can look it up pretty easily.
Yeah, they make, it's like an ARM 7 or something, ARM 6. Pretty big processor. So that makes sense. I mean, mostly just for the TFT driver. Honestly, like TFT drivers are so expensive that it's worth it to get this kind of chip just so you don't have to manage that on your own. Okay. And then this pops off. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So this is your standard 480 by 272 4.3 inch TFT made pretty recently, and it's got a this is the touch controller, and this is the backlight.
So you could probably look up the type of screen and stuff.
Oh, this is a standard TFT. Like we stock these.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a standard screen, and then you can see the little resistor network just to clean it up. Question is, I think it's a resistive type screen, but I'm not sure, so we can take these tabs. These tabs are kind of a nice, elegant way of holding everything in place cheaply. You don't have to glue it. And then they just tape it with this copper tape, which also helps reduce ESD, probably, or RF noise, since everything's grounded. Okay, and then I can pop this out. Somehow, I guess I actually have to bend this also. Yeah, I can feel that I can push it, but it's not coming out all the way. on. Okay, so yeah, so this is the button pad. So there's like this elastomer, kind of a nice elastomer, and then the buttons are actually very skinny. And then you can see this is a conductive elastomer, I guess. And then this is a little like a black light, like a light cover, so it keeps the light from coming out. And then this is, oh, interesting. This is a weird touchscreen thing. So I thought this was like a backlight cable. It's actually, this is a touch matrix. So they did a hack. Instead of having it actually touch the screen doesn't have a touch screen. Instead, it has like, you know, a matrix, a 3x4 matrix with 2 layers. And then when you press these little buttons, they actually like press each button down, but the buttons are hollow, so it's like a hollow button. Kind of interesting hack.
Yeah,
So
like one of the things I liked about this, it's all types of clever that you see. Like, I think
it's a clever idea, because I would have thought like, oh, you know, maybe there's a resistive touch screen and it's just touching the resistive touch screen, but this was probably easier and better looking, because resistive touch screens always add a little bit of a like a dither cast. Like they kind of look a little faded, because it's like all the little particles inside. So this way you get like a very clear screen.
Yeah, like if we do our own clear buttons, like we would probably do something like this too, because it's a good way to do it.
I don't know if we would manufacture. I mean, this is not really manufacturable for us. We might have another hack that we do. Honestly, I would just maybe, you know, do a resistive touch screen or something.
I mean, this isn't going to be something that we won't be able to purchase already made at some point, and you could probably turn other screens into something like this. We'll see. Yeah,
I've never seen. I mean, this is custom made, but I don't know. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, but that, you know, there'll be something just like it on Taobao and Alibaba that probably uses something identical. So we might be able to get that type of buttons en masse.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
It's kind of interesting. It's like they used an off-the-shelf screen, but then they kind of custom made all this. I like the fact that they turned this also, not only as a touch screen, but it's also like the mask for the display. That's kind of a cute hack. Okay, so that's it. Pretty simple. So yeah, it's running a little computer in the back. And looks like there's like a programming connector here. You know, you could probably try to figure out what pads these go to. There's probably a serial console there, programming pad. You know, maybe another like USB connection.
So I want to know, you know our product 333, the resistive touchscreen, could you do something with a light mask?
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much a light mask. They just did a clever thing with the touchscreen.
Yeah.
But you don't have to. If you don't want to, you can just touch the touchscreen. Let's see if I can get this back in. Yeah, it's a tight fit, but there you go. And then let's see. Okay. Yeah, there's all these little hooks. These little hooks. Why? Interesting. It's not sitting flat anymore.
Yeah, I think based on the design.
Yeah.
There's parts of it that are metal. There's some high quality stuff they did.
Yeah.
This is also a new product. So I suspect we'll probably see these for like $100, maybe like $79, even cheaper later. Amazon owns Twitch. Like they might just make this at some point.
Yeah, I think this. I mean, it's not like
Echoes are basically free.
Yeah, it's not hard to make something like this. It's just hard to... I think the hardest part is actually the software, which is kind of always true. It's always the software that's the most challenging. Oh, I see. There's a little... hold on.
None of it was glued together. It was...
No, it's just like little latches.
It was snap fit very well, and there was this tape, but it was easy to open. I needed to pry it open with a flat metal
Yeah, the
thing.
toughest part here is just getting the pried parts in. I guess this is it. Yeah.
Yeah, the hooks hold the screen module, only not the PCB.
Yeah. Are you sure? No, maybe. I guess this holds, yeah, so this has to come in a little bit. And this also comes in. And then this comes in. Yeah, I think I forgot that these have to come in first. Okay, yeah, now it fits a lot better. And then these.
Yeah, then you bend that over.
And these come in. Okay. Got it. I was like, why isn't this fitting perfectly?
Yeah, and if you feel like we could take a look at the file it saves, if you want, we could do that later.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see... I can just briefly look at it.
I mean, I looked at what, like, a hex header and text file. Like, you could tell that's like, oh, it stores the PNGs, and, like, there's some text that you can see. You can see some of the plain text stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone said I'm probably going to email the company who makes this and say, hey, can we interview the people who made this? This is kind of neat.
Yeah, the toughest part is going to be I have to get it back into the case after I bent everything. It doesn't like that. I'm like, why did you bend everything? Okay, this. Too much bending.
And then once you put it in, like, I put it back together earlier, and it does kind of go in snugly.
Yeah, it's nice. Okay. There you go. Good as new.
All right, we'll plug it into USB just to see if it lights up.
Yeah, let's find out. Did I break it? Bum, bum. Oh, I guess I broke it. No, it's fine.
No. So that's cool. And the other thing, I'll go back to the scope.
Yeah.
No, I called it scope camera because I had a web camera on our oscilloscope.
Yeah.
But just to give you an idea again, like, this is what it looks like when it's working.
Yeah, once you load the software up.
Yeah.
Like, when it's not loaded, it just has the logo.
So I have a bunch of buttons that I use on a pretty regular basis.
Yeah, you just need to tape this down now.
Yep.
It's been untaped. But it still works.
And I think I have some ideas for some hacks and stuff like that. But, you know, using multiple devices that are kind of single serving when you're streaming or doing any type of live video. In our case, and you know, a lot of the folks at Adafruit who stream, we're making the content and we're streaming the content. So just reaching over and tapping a button that's labeled or a picture of a thing is kind of nice.
Okay, that was my teardown.
Okay. Can you go to your computer and just look at that file that I sent you? May as well.
All right, I'm gonna look at it real fast.
Yeah, so one of the things it can do is import and export.
Oh, I think I deleted it.
Oh.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Do you want to... I sent it to an email. Do you want to... I'll get off your computer.
I don't want to open up my email.
I'm off your computer right now, so you can...
Okay.
You can look at your email now.
Hold on. Oh, my email. My inbox is always full of stuff.
Yeah.
File. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
go to your computer now?
Yeah.
All right. I just want... By the way, we don't have any weird emails. I just didn't want to have, like, email addresses of our staff and stuff on LadyAda's screen. So, anyways.
Oh, I didn't... Hold on. I didn't quite... Oh, wait. Here it is. There you go.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's got, like, some strings in it. And then I saw when I kept looking, eventually you see like PNG. So this is a PNG file. And then there's one PNG, so I guess that's where it stores like custom images.
Yeah, so the way it works is when you save the layout, in this file is all of those files. All the PNGs.
Yeah, so I can see here like there's another PNG.
Yeah, which is handy because you can, one of the things I wish this did was it was more like CircuitPython, and it would show up as a USB drive in addition to being what it is, because then I could store the file with it. But right now I just have to grab it.
Here's like the PNG, so I can create the new file, save it as test PNG. So this is Wirecast.
That's what it looks like.
So that's your Wirecast button PNG.
Yeah.
So it looks like every PNG is loaded in, and then there's like commands.
And can you search for HTTP? Let's see if it has some of the strings in there.
Well, it's not going to be HTTP because it's like every other character.
Yeah.
So I don't actually have a good way.
Well, it looks like the images button,
trigger.
Custom, trigger, PNG.
Yeah, but it's like in Unicode, so I don't know how to. I don't know how to search with zeros.
When I looked at it before, I was able to find some of the strings that look familiar.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely image string, action type string, cat hotkey.
So some future hacking that we could do too is we can put this on the USB analyzer and see what it's sending back and forth. That's kind of cool. And maybe that would be some ways to do some fun hacks. Another thing, this company could do, they could open it up a bit and people could come up with all sorts of crazy stuff. There's no reason you couldn't quickly send images to the buttons and make them animated. Like everyone likes animated GIFs. So there's no reason that these couldn't all be animated or do something different.
I'm sure they'll have like animated GIFs in there. I mean, there's no reason you can't send a file with PNGs.
So a lot of this gives us ideas when we're making stuff, and future things like we can power screens with our little devices. We can have them be buttons, and for $20-ish bucks you can make something that pretty much does all of this with CircuitPython. And then later on maybe we'll look at, are there features that this will give us some good ideas to add or do, or can we suggest to the company to maybe have a hacky version for developers. So, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to the questions as they were in the chat, but, chat.
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 All right, I'm going to go to sleep. I'm done.
Yeah.
I got to wake up tomorrow. We got to do a show tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, Drew, who wants the file, send me an email, pt@Adafruit, and I'll send you a copy of the just the default file so you can see what's in it. I'll add some stuff that you can, like text, so you can see what it does. I'm not too worried about it. There's no, as far as I can tell, there's no authentication that goes through.
No, it's all on the app side.
Yeah. All right, so that's our thing for tonight.
Yay.
Yeah, so tomorrow, Ask an Engineer, Show and Tell, the usual shows.
Yes.
And that's it.
Okay. Rock on. All right.
Okay, bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.